This week is National Infertility Awareness Week, a time to remove stigmas and barriers around a topic that affects many families. Here with us to talk about this week is physician and medical director at the Idaho Center for Reproductive Medicine, Dr. Kristen Slater. Dr. Slater, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So what is Infertility Awareness Week? What does it include?
Well, National Infertility Awareness Week was founded in 1989 by a nonprofit organization called Resolve. And this organization's mission really was to bring awareness to infertility. Infertility does need attention, and also just to bring discussions to the table.
And so why is this week important?
It's important just to have awareness for infertility and really to enhance a public understanding that infertility does need attention and it deserves attention. That people suffer from infertility and people that are trying to build a family know the guidelines when to see a specialist, and also to educate lawmakers about how infertility really impacts, people in this great state of Idaho.
So getting down to the basics, what are some of the signs of infertility if a couple were perhaps having some problems conceiving?
If couples are trying to conceive, if they're less than 35 years of age and they have unprotected intercourse for a year and they haven't conceived, or if you're over the age of 35 and had unprotected intercourse for 6 months and unable to conceive, that's indication to seek fertility diagnostics and treatment. There's other indications to seek fertility specialists sooner than 6 or 12 months, such if you have irregular periods, or if you have known low sperm counts or no sperm, or a uterine anomaly, or known endometriosis, or if you have no uterus. And then in same-sex couples, female-female couples that need sperm donor, and male-male couples that need egg donor or gestational carrier. And there are people that have had surgery where they have fallopian tube damage, or if they've had chemotherapy and they have low egg reserve or low sperm reserve, that would be another indication to seek fertility treatment.
So many different reasons for this. So how common is infertility in 2022?
It's very, very common. I think most people know someone who has encountered this. It affects about 1 in 8 couples, or 10 to 12% of the reproductive population, which is quite common.
So what can people do if they or someone they know is experiencing infertility?
I think that they have to know when to seek treatment, and they can go to infertility clinics to get diagnostics and evaluation, and just know that there are support groups out there for them. There are medical clinics out there for them.
You work with these couples all the time. Is the stigma lessening these days, or people more willing to talk about this and to seek treatment, or is it still a pretty high stigma level?
I think it has improved. I know people that I've talked to, and they say their parents, their grandparents didn't have children, for gaps in years, but they didn't talk about it, and they think that they suffered from infertility. And I do think that the stigma has lessened because it's becoming more common. There are very many people that are delaying childbearing until after the age of 35. So it's becoming more and more common. Birth rates are dropping. I think people are discussing things more on social media forums. But it's still a very personal discussion, but the stigma is diminishing for sure.
And we just have a few seconds left. What local resources and support is there?
If you go to our clinic at www.idahoreproductive.com, there are many resources. We've got our clinic. They've got local psychological resources, such as the Alpine Integrative Psychological Services and support groups. And then also, if you go to Resolve, www.resolve.com, great resources.
Dr. Slater, thank you so much for talking about what can be a sensitive but such an important topic for so many couples and families in our area. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing the discussion to the table. Thank you.
You're welcome.